Today on the channel, like Chuck Berry once said, too much monkey business with DC McFarlane Toys, The Flash, and Titano 2-pack.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC McFarlane unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Titano, we got The Flash, we got a McFarlane 2-pack. But for all your McFarlane toy needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Yes, 15%, gotta get a deal. And I just went there yesterday and picked this bad boy up personally. Should be on their website soon, and you got to get a deal, especially on a controversial pack like this one. I know there's controversy. I can see you guys and gals watching this video just getting ready to dive into the comments saying, this is a ripoff. What are we doing? This is terrible. I heard it with the King Kong, of course, Batman pack, which we unboxed on the channel. Cheap plug for that one, of course. But, you know, sometimes you make a monkey out of me, and that's what Todd does from time to time. And wanted to pass, wanted to get a deal, so 15% off. I said, okay, I'm here for it. But you guys know me. You know me by now. We've watched a lot of videos. We've spent a lot of time together. You know what I like. I like hairy bipedal creatures. I like big monkeys. The Flash, he's okay. He's okay. Not my favorite, but I love a good monkey. I love a good hairy bipedal creature, especially a giant chimp run wild. Monkeys. Check out the podcast this week. If you saw the podcast, you know what we get ourselves into. But I tell you all about the monkeys of Missouri in that one. So just wild times here. But I'm here for this. Had to pick this one up. I guess I didn't have to, but I wanted to. So there you go. But put your comments below. Feel free. I know a lot of people are going to say, rip off pack, terrible, terrible. And of course, we're going to get into all that. We're going to do some comparisons. And of course, we're going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, see what old Titano and Flash are up to. Big, beefy boy, of course. Limited articulation. We know what we're getting ourselves into right here. Titano and the Flash. Titano and the Flash. On the back, a couple of pictured glamour shots there. Interesting times with these monkeys, of course. And I started loving monkeys with the Planet of the Apes as a little kid, as I said before. Something about it has always tugged at my heartstrings. See you later. Goodbye. And oh my gosh, a heavy plastic prison. There it is. Looking wild. But there's a lot of twist ties, tape, Cambodian tape, cannibal tape. It's all in here. I'm going to take this offline. Get him out of the pack, and we'll be back talking all things Titano and the Flash. All right, let's get down to, dare I say, monkey business. And let's read the cards on these ones here. We got Titano first. Real name, Titano the Super Ape. Of course, I love every chimp I see from chimpanzee to chimpanzee. Sent on a mission to space, Toto the chimpanzee was exposed to uranium. Oh, nobody wants uranium, especially around Uranus, as I have been told. And kryptonite-infused radiation. When he returned to Earth, Toto grew larger than any known dinosaur and gained deadly kryptonite vision. Lois Lane renamed him Titano and along with Superman captured the colossal ape before he could cause any catastrophic calamities. So, very interesting here that they explain Superman, Lois Lane, they talk about kryptonite and stuff. So it kind of leads you to believe maybe we would have got Superman in this 2-pack here, but instead, here is the Flash, lowly old Flash, a part of this one. So a little bit strange to see that, but I guess read the Flash here, real name Barry Allen, super speed, super endurance, and super dorky. Oh, maybe not. And accelerated healing, he can think quickly, mapping out the potential outcomes of situations or reading books in an instant, can vibrate his molecular structure fast enough to pass through objects. Doesn't make a lot of sense by reading the setup from the cards. Why is this not Superman? Why is it the Flash? And I know Flash is not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Flash. My dad loves himself some Flash. He loves himself some Hawkman. But I don't like Flash and his ape, chimpanzee, gorilla bias. He hates hairy bipedal creatures. So in return, I hate the Flash. That's what I'm making it. I'm making the decree right now. There you go. Do get a DC McFarlane stand. Seen it before, seen it again. But now we're going to dive into Flash. Feel like we've been here before, like a young Iron Maiden deja vu, a very pasty, chalky face on the Flash. Got the red mask over the top, got the wings on the ears. Feel like we've seen this figure a million times, it really feels like. And I'm not a huge fan. To each their own, of course, as we say. You like what you like, you don't what you don't. I don't like the body on this one, or the coloring on this one, more importantly. You got bright red, and then you got like a maroonish red, and it kind of mixes back and forth around the gold accents. Just looks a little strange to me. I don't know. To each their own, as I do say. Flash logo in the chest, got that Flash belt going on. Got the gold boots down here. He's the golden boy. He's ready to take on all comers. Watch out, Carl Lewis. And I'm dating myself with these runners here. But an interesting Flash, but really, really not for me. You do got the holes on the side of the arms. Of course, prior editions of this one came with like effect pieces and stuff, some of that lightning stuff. They don't got any of that going on with this one. Same thing, the hole in the back, nothing going on there. And probably, yep, I was going to say on the side of the boot. So it's an old model. It's an old body. They're just repurposing here. If you're going to do that, I get it, but at least give us the accessory points on it. It just feels very incomplete. Just feels like a throwaway is really what it feels like to me. Arms all the way around, a little bit of a bicep curl right there, a little butterfly. Bicep, of course. Double jointed. Oh my gosh, not even double joint. Oh, no, it is. Never mind. Walking it back, Todd. It is double jointed elbows. Fist of fury, back forth, side to side. He's got the waving hand. He's going to wave to that monkey. That's what he's going to do. Head back forth, side to side. Waist articulation, lower waist articulation. Those big old Flash splits. He's going to do it. Legs do go up. Double jointed pin knees, and he's greasy. He's oily. He's got some of that McFarlane grease. McFarlane's been cranking out at the factory, of course. Ankles back forth, side to side, up and down, and toe articulation. So you got all the usual suspects here with the Flash, and of course fits on a McFarlane stand, if that is your thing. But not the best. Nowhere near the best. Really should have been Superman, in all honesty. I guess they just wanted another Flash figure out there. They said, hey, we got too many Supermans coming out. We got all these Supermans coming. Let's mix a Flash in there. Let's repurpose a Flash, throw it in there. And Flash, he hates monkeys, he hates gorillas, he hates apes. It makes sense. Well, make it make sense on the card. That's what I'm saying. But now, diving into Titano, and once again, like a young Iron Maiden, we're feeling that deja vu, and everybody's down on the dumps on this one. People hating this pack. People totally against it. People hating the King Kong Batman pack. It is what it is at the end of the day. And of course, as we always say, vote with your wallet. For those that want to pick it up, pick it up. If you don't, guess what? Don't pick it up. But interesting, and I love these big hairy beasts in my collection. I like to mix them in with some stuff. So this is a little bit for me. Obviously, I would love to pay a lot less money for something like this. Even with the 15% off, it was still a stiff shot to the face. It's right to the face. Haven't had a face shot like that in a long time. But Titano looking interesting here. Obviously going to be a lot of reuse from King Kong. We'll dive into that in a second. But he does got more of a chimp instead of gorilla type head on here. He just screams chimp all day long. You got to watch out for those chimps. They'll turn on a dime on you. Everybody wants a chimp. They're friendly. They're walking around in the diaper. Sometimes they're cleaning windows in your house. Next thing you know, they're eating your nose off. They jump on your face. They're tearing at your eyes and all that. They're a dangerous species. They truly are. I wouldn't own one if I was you, unless you live in Missouri, apparently, as that's a thing. Once again, check out the podcast for more on that story. But looking good here. He's got the green tongue. Oh, man, what's he been eating? Probably a sucker, a Jolly Rancher sucker, one of those apple suckers, maybe. He's got that going on, a little kryptonite action. Got a very robotic eye there. Got that bright green eyes. Got the furry head. Got the 2 ears. Got those big old teeth there. Just looks like a chimp is what it looks like. He does got a couple of tears in him, and he's got little cuts, and you got that kryptonite showing through, of course. Got the big scratch right there on the chest, which we also saw from Kong, of course. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how that goes. But something a little bit different here, a little, is his robot-like arm over here. Almost reminds me of our good friend Cygor. Todd, another monkey you and I both enjoy. Cygor from the Spawn days. He's got a little bit of that vibe going on over here on the right arm. Then, of course, down to the legs, you got the hairy bipedal creature legs. Almost looks like Bigfoot. Good friend of the channel, Bigfoot, of course. Reminds you a lot of that. A little bit of green here and there. Very, very light. Then you got those big old monkey feet down at the bottom. No hole in the feet, nothing like that. Not going to be able to put him on a stand. Now, articulation, that's where people get real fed up. We're paying all this money. It's basically a little kid's toy. There's no articulation here. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. But you do get a little side to side on the head. Arm goes all the way around for us. No elbows, nothing. But you do get some side to side, back and forth on the hand department. You do get a little waist articulation. And that's it. That's all you're going to get. There's no more articulation for you. That's where we're calling it good with this one here. But a big bruiser that looks pretty good. You could mix it into other things if you wanted to. Heck, put it in your Spawn collection. I know, Todd, you would co-sign on that. Put it in your Spawn collection. Just call him Cygor and pretend. You could do that if you wanted to as well. But he is a big, hairy, bipedal creature. However, I just don't think of him like King Kong. I don't think Titano has that same love that we have for a King Kong. And I'm very anxious to see the Godzilla figure when that comes out. I'll be picking that up too because I'm a sucker for these big creatures, especially the horror creatures of my childhood I used to read about. But speaking of King Kong, we do have him here. And as I said, a lot of reuse. Obviously, different colors. And this Kong here, he almost doubles as Bigfoot. That's what I kind of think of when I see this. He's more Bigfoot than he is King Kong. And this guy's more chimpanzee than he is a big gorilla. So very interesting, but as we can see, a ton of reuse between these two right here. Obviously, the hand's going to be a little different, but man, oh man, got to get the most out of your molds, even if they're very easy molds, it does seem like. But a big, hairy, bipedal creature, you know that's playing a lot of hits for me. The hit is not the price point, though, unfortunately. Not a big fan of that, and it did kind of make a monkey out of me with the price point, of course. But I know people in the comments, you're going to be rough. You're going to say this is a waste of money, all that kind of stuff, and I get it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're showing it off. We're seeing what's going on with it. You got to vote with your wallet, and I have to imagine most people watching this, and you could say it's the vocal minority. You could easily say that. Be interested to see how this one does out at retail. I got to think, though, if people are buying these, they probably want King Kong over this, but at the same time, DC property, of course, multi-properties for King Kong. So I don't know. I guess that could be the question we leave people with. If you had to choose one, which one do you want in your collection? I'm probably always going to revert to King Kong for me, but if you're a DC fan, a superhero fan, probably going Titano, but that's an interesting conversation starter. Let me know in the comments down below. But that's it. That's Flash and Titano. Kind of is what it is. A very subpar Flash and not as fun as King Kong for me. So pass, pick it up, choose your own adventure. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. Check out my YouTube channel memberships available now. Of course, Patreon, early access to everything. So much stuff over there. It'll make your head spin. Truly your best way to support the channel. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Check out my new podcast every single Tuesday, wherever your podcasts are found. Video cast on YouTube. It is The Kyle Peterson Show. My brand new book, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers, available from me if you want, or Amazon, Barnes & Noble, hardcover, softcover available. Sir Paul 64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and now on TikTok. So for King Kong, Titano, and The Flash, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We're going to the end of the line.